Keanu Reeves steps onto the brightly lit stage, his calm presence a stark contrast to the charged atmosphere. The audience murmurs, some holding up signs of admiration, others simply watching, waiting. There's a buzz in the air, an unspoken expectation, another heartfelt, inspiring conversation from a man known for his humility. But something feels off. Across from him sits Vanessa Cross, a journalist with a reputation for pushing her guests to their limits. Her interviews aren't warm conversations, they're battles. She doesn't just ask questions, she digs, pokes, and pries until she finds a weakness. Tonight, she's not looking for wisdom. She wants tension. She wants cracks to appear in Keanu's calm exterior. But what she doesn't know is that by the time this interview is over, she won't be the one in control. Vanessa leans forward, a slight smirk on her lips as she flips to her first question card. She doesn't ease into it. She goes straight for the point. Keanu, you have millions. Yet, you live so simply. No mansions, no private jets. Why act like a regular person? Her tone is sharp, almost mocking. A few people in the audience chuckle, while others shift in their seats. They know she's trying to corner him, but Keanu doesn't flinch. He sits comfortably, hands resting on his lap, eyes calm. After a brief pause, he looks at her and speaks in a soft, steady voice. Vanessa, have you ever thought about how many people feel invisible every day? The room changes. The smirks fade. The murmurs stop. It's as if, in just one sentence, he has taken the conversation to a place no one expected. Vanessa doesn't back down. She tilts her head, her voice turning colder. You lost your fiancé, your baby, your best friend. Didn't that destroy you? Isn't life just pain? The air in the studio tightens. A few gasps ripple through the crowd. Some people shift uncomfortably in their seats, as if the question itself is too harsh, too personal. But Vanessa doesn't blink. She watches Keanu, waiting for him to break. Keanu lowers his head slightly, his fingers interlacing as he sits in silence. The room holds its breath. Then, he looks up, his voice steady. Pain never destroyed me. It taught me. It showed me that nothing is permanent, and that every moment matters. A woman in the front row dabs at her eyes. Even those who don't know his full story can feel the weight of his words. Vanessa's smirk falters, just for a second. Vanessa regains her posture, flipping to the next card with quiet confidence. She leans in, her voice controlled but cutting. You're over 50. Hollywood moves on. Aren't you afraid of becoming irrelevant? The question hangs in the air. A few whispers ripple through the audience. Some nod, as if waiting for Keanu to finally show doubt. But he doesn't. Instead, he tilts his head slightly, considering his words. Then, with a soft smile, he asks, Vanessa, have you ever seen a sunset? Vanessa blinks. The room stills. She wasn't expecting this. Keanu continues, his voice calm but full of meaning. A sunset is beautiful, but have you ever heard anyone call it irrelevant just because night is coming? For a second, there's silence. Then the audience erupts. Applause, cheers, shouts of admiration fill the studio. Some stand clapping. Vanessa, for the first time, looks unsure. Vanessa exhales slowly, steadying herself. She has one last card to play. Her voice is quieter now, but the edge is still there. But what if no one remembers you when you're gone? The silence that follows is different from before. It's heavier, deeper. Even the faint rustling of the audience stops. Keanu takes a slow breath, his eyes steady as he looks at her. Then, with quiet certainty, he answers. The question isn't what they will remember about me. The question is, what will they remember about you? Vanessa's fingers tighten around her cue cards, but she doesn't glance down. For the first time, she has nothing to say. The audience doesn't cheer this time. No applause, no shouts. Just stillness, because everyone is thinking. Vanessa sits frozen, her grip still tight on the cue cards. But she isn't looking at them anymore. She isn't even thinking about her next question. Keanu's words linger in the air, settling into a silence that feels heavier than anything she's ever experienced on her show. Then, without warning, a single tear slips down her cheek. She doesn't wipe it away. Keanu doesn't gloat. He doesn't smirk or celebrate a victory. Instead, he simply stands, offering a small, respectful nod. No grand exit, just quiet understanding. The screen fades to black. Life isn't about how long we live. It's about the impact we leave behind. A moment later, a final message appears. If this story moved you, like, comment, and share.